Welcome children to our next video class. We will continue with chapter 5, that is water, land and air. In the previous classes we have studied about atmosphere, we have studied about hydrosphere, that is water, and we have also studied about land, that is lithosphere. But in this video we will continue with our lithosphere. So today we are going to start a new topic, that is drifting of continents and its effect. Now, what is the meaning of drifting? Drifting means flowing. So, isn't it sounds some puzzling? The continents, they are made of rocks, and how they are drifting or how they are flowing. Okay, so in previous videos, in my previous video you got to know that the interior of the earth is still in liquid form. It's still in liquid form, and from there is always some sorts of current going out, isn't it? See, if a milk is boiled in a container, suppose this is milk, it is boiled over a flame. Here it is flame, it is boiling over the flame, and okay. Now you have put off this flame and you have let the milk to cool down. So what will happen? A layer of cream will develop over this milk, isn't it? That is the same thing happens with the earth. Earth, when it was formed, it was a hot ball of fire, isn't it? Hot ball of gases. It started cooling down and gradually it changed into liquid, and the upper part it cooled down and changed into solid. Okay, and this is the crust, and this crust is broken up into several. If you cut this cream with the knife, it will break up into several pieces, and let us call these pieces plates or lithospheric slabs. Okay, so again, if I put on the flame of the gas, what will happen? Again the milk will get heated up, and you will notice some movement on this plates. I mean to say some movements on the cream of the milk, because the heat will heat up the milk, liquid milk, and the liquid milk will some sort of movement will appear on this liquid milk, isn't it? Convection current will go up to this layer, and these convection currents will in turn move these plates. The same thing happens with the earth crust. What happens? You have know that earth crust is divided into several plates which move continuously over a hot viscous layer. At places where the convection current pushes the rocks upward, the crust breaks and give rise to new crust. Now, what happens with the earth crust? This is the crust, and inside it there is hot magma. These are the lithospheric slabs. Okay, these are the plates. If this breaks, what will happen? This magma will come out as lava, and this will flow apart on both the sides. And what will it do? It will create new landmass. Okay. A German geologist, Alfred Wegener, first discovered that the coastlines of Africa fits very well with that of South America. See, here I have drawn a picture for you. What was the picture of the earth? 200 million years ago. 200 million years ago, all the continents, they were combined together to form a supercontinent which was known as Pangaea. Pangaea meant all land. Pangaea means all land. Okay. this massive area of land was surrounded by a single vast water body, and the name of that water body was Panthalassa. Okay. And now what happened? See, this was about 4,000 million years ago. And from 250 million years ago, what happened? This Pangaea got broken up into two parts. The northern part was known as Laurasia or Angara land, and the southern part was known as Gondwana land. And in between, you can see there is a narrow sea. Okay, in between them there was a narrow and shallow sea, which was the Sea of Tethys or Tethys Sea. You all know about Tethys Sea, because Tethys Sea gave birth to Himalaya. The Tethys Sea got folded up and it formed Himalayas. Now what happened? But nowadays, what is the scenario? Nowadays you can see that all the continents are apart. South America, it is in the western part. Africa is in between. Asia has moved toward east. North America has moved toward west. Australia has moved toward south, isn't it? All the 7 continents are far, far apart from each other. Australia is far from the mainland. It is an island continent. But before, the scenario was totally different. Okay. So there are various. Who first proved that continental have drifted apart? He was Alfred Wegener. So Alfred Wegener coined the term continental drift theory. So he is known as the father of the continental drift theory. So how did he conclude that the continents drifted apart? He gave many proofs. Okay, he gave many proofs to show that the continents they have drifted apart. First, that is the jigsaw fit theory. Jigsaw fit. Jigsaw fit theory. What the jigsaw fit theory says? Now, children, you can see that the shape of the South America, the shape of the eastern part of South America, and the shape of the western part of Africa, you will find that if we take South America and put it in that gap of Africa, it will easily fit there. See, the shape of the South America and this shape of the Africa, it looks like they were combined together long back. So this is known as jigsaw fit theory. By this he concluded that these two continents were previously they were one, and after that they drifted apart. Okay. Also he gave proofs that the rocks which are found in this part of South America are also found in the western part of Africa. Okay. He gave several proofs to show that the continent which were once together, they drifted apart. In the last, Laurasia consisted of North America, Laurasia, which is the northern part, it consisted of North America and most of Eurasia, while the southern part, which is Gondwana land, consisted of South America, Africa, and the Indian subcontinent, Australia and Antarctica. In the last 180 years, Pangaea has split apart. Sorry, it is not 180 years, it is 180 million years. Pangaea has split apart and the continents have drifted to their present position. Wegener, the father of continental drift theory, showed that plants similar to those in the tropical countries once grew in Greenland. Tropical countries such as India. Okay, so plants which grow here, they once grew in Greenland, and that glaciers covered the present equatorial regions of Africa and Brazil. That means Africa and Brazil were once they were covered with ice, and from there they gradually drifted to their present position. Okay. So the continents every year they are drifting. Their speed may vary from 2 to 20 centimeters each year, and a new theory have come in this regard. That is known as theory of plate tectonics. Okay, we will discuss about this theory later on. This is not in your syllabus at present. And so far we know from the history of the earth that about 500 million years ago there was a single large landmass called Pangaea, surrounded by a vast water body called Panthalassa, and around 300 million years ago this huge landmass started breaking up and its parts were drifted away from one another till they reached their present position. Okay. The continental drift took place as a result of convection current from the interior of the earth, and still now this convection current is coming up from the interior of the earth, and still now the continents are drifting. It has been proved that the Atlantic Ocean is widening, and the Pacific Ocean, the area of Pacific Ocean is decreasing, and the area of the Atlantic Ocean is increasing, and the plates above them, the continents above them, the continents surrounding them, they are drifting apart. So the earth is going to a very different place about 50 million years hence, isn't it? So all sort of this drifting and all is going place. So maybe about 15 million years later all things may change. Africa is going to smash into Europe, and Australia will migrate to the north to merge with Asia. It may happen that all the continents will again merge together to form Pangaea, as it was 400 million years ago, isn't it? Before the continents were apart, they drifted to come together during the age of the dinosaurs, and again from the age of the dinosaurs they started drifting away from each other, and they came to the position which they are now. Again, what will happen 50 million years after 15 million years ago, after 15 million years, it may happen that again they may get united with each other. So and that mega continent will come to be called as Pangaea Ultima. Okay. Previously it was known as Pangaea, and in the next 250 million years, which is yet to come, it may happen that all the continents they will come together and they will again join together to form that supercontinent which will be known as Pangaea Ultima. Okay. So in our world now there are 7 continents, namely Asia, Africa, Europe, North America, South America, Australia together with Oceania and Antarctica, and each and every continent has their own characteristics, has their own speciality. That is, Asia is the largest continent, Australia is the smallest continent or an island continent, Antarctica is known as the white continent, isn't it? Africa has the largest hot desert of the world. So every continent has its own speciality, has its own characteristics. In our next video, we will discuss in details about all the 7 continents. Till then, children, goodbye, stay healthy, stay safe at home. Bye-bye.